How fucking beautiful is life. Balls out in the afternoon sunlight in my garden. Today I'm gonna reveal one of the most important, one of the biggest, baddest knowledge bomb findings Mr. Base Science has found and honed doing the base science. God bless base science. God gave me base science and I got all the answers. This is a skill every human being would need. Maybe not everybody can get it. Let me explain. This is a skill that a man or a woman needs in this fourth turning, because in this fourth turning, your survival is highly dependent on how fast can you adapt, how well can you assess what is the good environment for you. Because in this fourth turning, I'm afraid most of the humanity is gonna get wreckety wrecked. They are gonna get swallowed into the darkness. And your antennas have to be able to receive the downloads to know where to go, where to be in this fourth turning, to actually survive, so your ass is not dead, my dog. And that is the skill this God-blessed experiment I have been conducting in the name of base science has allowed me to hone. I have never been so sure about what is a good environment for human beings. My skill, of finding a good environment. No, I cannot say for every human being. For myself, it's every man itself on this fourth turning. Let's get it straight. Sorry. Some lime water. Oh shit, with carbonated lime water. That hits the spot. What a blessing of a day. That's one of the first signs. Now every man is for themselves, but I want to build a nice little community of some intelligent people to survive this fourth community. So I'm gonna share my knowledge and my skill. But remember, this is for myself. I have mastered it for myself because I know myself. That's the first step. You have to know yourself. You have to You have to have the experience. You have to have some life experience yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to be truthful for yourself. Otherwise, this shit ain't gonna work. If you lie to yourself, if you don't have any connection, how does my body feel? How does my mind feel? How freaking bright is my consciousness? If you don't ask yourself the tough questions every day, all the time, naturally, it's probably not gonna work out for you very well in the fourth turning. But that's like the base level of self-being you have to have before you can even assess your environment. Without some of those base human skills, you don't know your ass from your elbow. Let's be honest. So figure out that first. Also, how good is your base level of health right now? That affects also hugely how can you assess your environment. So I'm only speaking for myself in this video, but people like to hear your opinions. And also, some of it might be really relatable. Or maybe you wanna aim where Mr. Base Science is at right now. So you have some aim goals to shoot for the stars. So you can also master the skill. One of the most, if not the most important skill in this fourth turning. So this experiment has allowed me to travel, hop around many places that are kinda close by. But guess what? I could live here, or I could live right next to that. I could live to that house, and it's already a different environment. These micro environments, they're pretty huge, but even more huge when you go town to town. Even more huge when you go country to country. Even if they are neighboring countries, the environment totally different. Also, no, let's not go into that yet. So I'm gonna talk about the signs that I get when the environment is good. And guess what? My intuition, straight when I step to that environment, has pretty much always been right. You adapt to a new environment like that. And usually I can already tell by the first 10-15 minutes, am I gonna do good there, or am I gonna go boo boo boo? It has been always right. So here comes some of the signs. Like I started this video, that's one of the biggest signs. Every day feels like a blessing. Every day feels like everything matters. Everything makes sense. You are excited about just living life. When you put your head to the pillow at night, you feel like it's the day before Christmas, basically. You are excited about life. You wake up naturally when the sun comes up, and you wake up with a freaking... You wake up with... And you wake up with full blast of life force. You don't feel like laying down. You don't feel like you don't wanna get up. None of that shit. You feel like you wanna capture the day. The day matters. Even if it's just normal ass fucking day, it feels incredibly good. You feel more intensely. Why it is called depression? Because every emotion is depressed. You don't feel nothing anymore. That's why you feel nihilistic. Because nothing feels like nothing anymore. Even the bad feelings don't feel bad anymore. How fucking insane is that? But when you are in this kind of environment and you got yourself on the right path spiritually and all that shit, because you also need some of that. It's not all about just the environment. It's all about also your inner environment, the spiritual aspect of life. And that can kinda go whoop-de-whoop new age bullshit very quickly, so that's why I don't really want to talk about it that much. But remember, your outer environment is linked to your inner environment. Getting your inner environment right is way easier when you got your ballsack out in the 7th North Latitude, Panama City. Just saying. Once you go black, you never go back. You feeling me yet? Anyway, the feelings, you feel more. And the feelings are like the colors. When you see the colors brighter, that's also one of the signs being in good environment. Just looking at this freaking garden, you have the beautiful purple flowers there. You have the mangoes there. You have the sunlight. Everything seems super bright, super vibrant. That's also how your emotions feel. Everything feels more intense, and it makes life feel like more magical, more meaningful, more powerful. Life force up here. Bad environment, life force nowhere to be seen. That's why you feel nihilistic, depressed, suicidal, all of those bad things that most people feel. Because most environments are very bad. Also, that might sound like you're all up here, but no, good environment, you feel extremely grounded. I would say grounded, but your spirit is sky high. Very grounded to the nature, to yourself, but also everything feels possible. It feels like you can manifest anything. It feels like you don't give a fuck what the Rockefellers and Rothschilds are doing, because you can fucking take them down all by yourself. But then you also be grounded, so your rationale, your logic, your intelligence is working, so you understand maybe that's not how it's gonna go, but you also feel like it is possible. That's why you can reach your goals in a good environment, because you have the life force to do them, but you are also grounded to reality. So you can actually logically think about the best strategic move to make your master plan become reality. My word is bond. So these environments, when you step into good environment like I am right now, it feels very calm, peaceful. Everything is at peace, but you feel a lot. You feel open in a grounded way. And guess what that means? Your antennas are able to pick up the signals, because you have moved to an environment that does not have the noise anymore. That's why some of these environments are so bad, because they are so full of fucking noise. And I'm talking about literal, non-native EMF noise. It fucks up your antennas. And you cannot get the downloads anymore. Nothing makes sense anymore, because your consciousness is going dark. Your brain is shutting down. Your brain is in struggle city. So when you are in good environment, it is massive change. And I'm speaking here because I was in the bad environment for like last 15, maybe not 15, but last like 11 years of my life, when I lived in that city, in that apartment that I started the base science with the raw chicken experiment. When I lived in that city, that's how I pretty much felt there, like the bad environment science. So I have the reference point. I have the point to look the difference of these environments. That's also super valuable. If you only been exposed to good environment, you don't know what you're missing. Maybe go live in Panama City for a couple of years and see how good you have it. Because some people really don't understand how good fucking they have it already. And they... fuck. And when bad shit happens, guess what? It doesn't fucking faze you at all. Anxiety, nowhere to be found. Stress, where are you, dog? I fucking hate you, so you better not come here. Like the bad things that most modern humans feel, they are nowhere to be seen. Everything calm, peaceful. Even when things don't go your way, like yesterday. I went to the beach and I was making this killer, absolute killer meat stew. But guess what? My retarded ass left it on the... It was the lowest setting on the oven, but it was the biggest oven top over there. And guess what? I enjoyed the beach real nice. Fully Adam and Eve style. It felt really good, so I was like 3 hours there, and when I came back, my big ass pot of meat stew completely burned. Still fucking ate it a little bit because that was like $25 bills put on that meat stew. It had some of the most amazing looking local Panamanian beef with all the other freaking love bits that I put there. And I fucked it up. But guess what? Today I got the download. I have to learn from my mistakes. No stress, dog. You will learn the next day and you will make the best stew of your life. And did I fucking do it? Yes, I did. This came out fucking perfect. Absolute perfection. So guess what? I got the download. I manifested it. I also got the download today. Sitting at the beach naked. I have to make this video. I have to let people know about these signs that I feel when I'm in good environment. To plant some seeds. Help brothers and sisters out. So we can have some nice community in the future. It's not all NPC normies trying to fuck your motherfucking wife. Because in good environment like this, it's pretty hard to kill your motherfucking wife. It's possible. If my dad or mom or my sister would die, that would fucking still hit hard. If some of my friends would die, I would find out, like I would cry like a bitch, and I would feel really bad. But I bet I could get over it way quicker in good environment, and I could actually internalize what happened and think about it and actually feel it fully, not let it get stuck into my body in good environment. In good environment, the energy flows. It doesn't get stuck. Because guess what? Good environment makes the blood go real nice in your body, just physically speaking. It redox before detox. Good environment makes your redox sky high. What does that do? Get all the bad shit out of your body. Also, good environment requires this thing over here, the creator. What does that do? It makes you black. What does that mean? You have more melanin. What does that mean? You have a shield. You have an armor against the bullshit. Also, this shield takes care of a lot of the bullshit, like heavy metals, that type of shit. Melanin does a lot for us. So it all starts to make sense. Next up, good environment. Now these are some physical things next. Last ones were a bit more spiritual, or you could say conscious. How your mind, your brain feels. Because how your brain feels tells us hugely about your environment. Because the brain power, it takes about 20% of the cardiac output. It takes about 25% of the oxygen you use. So brain is pretty much the first organ that's gonna suffer from bad environment. So if your brain feels good, your ideas feel good, and they come easy to you. You get the downloads, if you know what I mean. You don't have brain fog. You have a lot of mental energy to read, study if you want, but also just feel happy and good. That's also a sign of a healthy, good working brain. So that's one of the first signs of a good or a bad environment. How does your brain feel? Now some of these next signs, you never get tinnitus in good environment. Bad environment, tinnitus starts to happen. You put that head on the pillow at night and your ears ringing. Massive sign of bad environment. How much earwax you get. How much of that freaking sand dust, that sleep sand you get when you wake up. Massive signs. How good is your skin? That's one of the biggest signs. I have talked about this already in multiple videos. Bad environments make you lizard. You start to turn into fucking reptile. What I mean by this, you start to get dry skin. Even if you are not living in dry environment. Like when I was in Yucatan, it wasn't not that dry. But my skin was starting to dry up hugely. Or in El Tunco, compared to Atami. In El Tunco, 15 minutes away, El Tunco started to get little dry skin. Atami, none of that shit. I gotta tell here, my skin is fucking amazing. One of the good signs is your skin is plumb. You're freaking plumbing out. That CCO is creating all kinds of deuterium depleted water in the mitochondria. No dry skin anywhere. The skin is super smooth. Smooth. Oh yeah, this is also how I felt in Nicaragua and Costa Rica, but here, super smooth, extremely smooth. Very plumb. Dryness, nowhere to be seen. Huge sign. Pay attention to your skin. Your diet also plays little roles. If you are ingesting a lot of deuterium, you might have a lot of eruptions from your skin. Now if your exhaust system, your vagus exhaust system is working picture perfect, like your body's getting rid of deuterium through the poop and piss, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, then you might not even get, you might be able to ingest all the deuterium in the world and it still goes smoothly away. It doesn't get stuck into you. That's when you are in really good environment and your health is really good. Most people not here. The tribal people living, they don't got these problems. Also, all the freaking looks maxing bullshit things, they would happen naturally in a good environment. You get naturally good jawline. Your hair is always natural. That's one of the biggest. The antenna, how good your hair feels, looks, and how strong and robust your hair is. One of absolute massive sign. Pay attention to your skin, hair, thoughts, ideas, feelings, how conscious you feel, how connected you feel, how good your brain works, how good you can ingest knowledge and understand knowledge. That's huge. Hair, skin, brain. Also, one sign of good environment. How good is your cardiac health? How good is your cardio? If you feel like you can go forever, that's a pretty good sign. If you feel exhausted easily, you feel like laying in the bed even though the sun is already coming up, bad sign. Like I have said in multiple of these videos, when I'm in a good environment, I actually feel like pushing myself a little bit. Doing some movement, doing some sprints in the beach, throw couple flips just for fucking fun. That's also a huge sign. Your mind and your heart start to work in connection. You feel things, you wanna be playful, you like fun. Life starts to become fun, playful, but you also can think logically, rationalize things, but not everything has to be picture perfect. You are not stuck into your mind in fear, basically. When you're stuck into your mind, you try to analyze every single bit. You start to turn into robotic being because you cannot feel things. There's no play. There's no play. Children play all the time. I gotta say, I'm very playful. Extremely playful. As I am already, but in a good environment especially. You come hang around with me, I try to make you laugh all the fucking time. I just wanna play around, have good old time, have silly goose time, like a real black person. That's why black people have so much swag. That's why our ancestors, they were just drinking wine, smoking tobaccos, making all these fucking glorious meals that they could live to 100 because the environment was so much better back then. Because of the non-native EMFs, but also because of this declining magnetic field. That is some new knowledge, and it makes a whole lot of sense. The non-native EMFs make perfect sense, but there has to be something bigger also going around. That's why I said many people gonna get left behind. You have to say bye-bye to a lot of human beings in this fourth turning, because I feel I've been getting the downloads, and other people that are connected to nature in good environment, they have also been getting the downloads. Some catastrophic event is about to happen on this earth. It not might be next week, next year, but it's fucking coming like a tsunami on your ass. That's why you have to know where the good environments are, and you have to find them to actually create a safe haven for yourself, your friends, and your family, your tribe. So playful, how fun things are. Huge sign of good environment. Now sleep. Sleep is also a massive sign. If you can't sleep, very bad sign. Very, very bad sign. You cannot sleep, you can't regenerate. You basically done, son. You sleep good, and your sleep is consistently good, and you wake up every day easily during the sunrise, and it feels like another blessing, and you also go to sleep easily. Very good signs of perfect, not maybe perfect, but good environment. We don't try to optimize, we wanna find the good shit. And when you feel it, you don't have to think about it anymore. It becomes naturally you. Things come to you naturally in a good environment. You don't have to overthink them. Big sign of you being healthy and the environment being good. Because the environment being good allows you to be healthy, and you being healthy creates all these good ass chemicals. It makes your body, your mind, your consciousness, your heart, your emotions, your spiritual well-being feel easy as. Life feels easy in good environment. You feel like you can take the fucking Rockefellers and Rothschilds, but also it's fucking easy to just chill out at complete fucking peace of mind and being. Also, you see the nuance. You start to break free from the black and white thinking. that's when you cannot feel things. You start to see people are complex, simple but very complex, but you start to understand people and things better. You start to understand why people are how they are right now, why they are doing the things they are doing, and you can feel more empathy towards other people. This also comes just by you knowing yourself better, and I feel like good environment allows you to access that knowledge way easier. Basically life feels fucking like when I'm making this video to you guys right now, sitting at this absolute gorgeous sunset, like I'm just balls out here getting the sun on my face. I feel super blessed. I feel so happy. I'm looking at this garden. It looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm just getting all these ideas in my head. They all make so much sense. You can link together things like you never could because the brain works better in a good environment. You see, it's this cycle. Good environment, good biological, healthy well-being. The brain works good. The heart works good. You feel things. You logically and rationally can understand things better. Like, it's not that hard, guys. But what is hard is to get to the good environment and maybe get to this level. Now I'm putting myself on the fucking... I'm the master. Get to my fucking level. Because not every... No, I'm kidding. But it is hard to find good environment. But that's why I would suggest, especially for the young guys who don't really have much experience, life experience yet, travel around a little bit in, like, get idea where the good environment is. Like, that's very simple. Like Guatemala to Panama is pretty fucking good. So now with this magnetic decline, there's a little bit more nuance to this, and it's a bit more complex, but it's still pretty fucking simple. You get the general idea where the good environment is, but then you just don't go to one. You don't search internet, you don't watch my fucking video and you decide that's the one place I will go rest of my life. No, you go to that general area and you fucking travel around a little bit. It's super fucking easy here in Central America. It doesn't cost much money and you can do it with very quickly. You can very quickly travel, and you learn that actually even the environment 15 minutes that way or that way or that way or that way can matter hugely how you fucking feel. If you have been following along this experiment, that's been one of the findings, one of the major findings of this experiment. So if you are not feeling these things I have been describing the whole video, travel around a little bit. And you're probably gonna find a good environment here pretty fucking easy still. It's pretty fucking simple. And I'm gonna give you one advice. Many times the good environment is not where the rich people are. It's the completely opposite. You wanna go to the hood, to the real neighborhood. Or even better, you wanna go to the jungle by yourself and your friends and family. That's even better. And guess what? You're probably gonna find a good environment. And then there's some other even more spiritual aspects that where your heart belongs. Like for example, I feel extremely good here in Panama in this place. But my heart really don't belong here. I don't wanna live here. Now guys, see this place. This is amazing place to do my experiment and spend a month here. And I probably will come back. But I wouldn't want to live here. I would want to live in Ometepe, for example, because that place captured my heart on a deeper level. Like there were things that you cannot even put to words really, how you just feel there. It's a different type of vibe. I don't get that here, but still. I would say I feel even better here than I did in Ometepe back in like December. Like, I feel on top of the fucking world here. Like, nothing is gonna come take me down. When you look at my videos on this experiment, one of the easiest ways to figure out was the environment good for me is just how... Man, this bitch ass DJ cannot even handle fucking 5 p.m. Panama sunset. What the fuck, you overheat during sunset? That's how strong the sun is during the sunset in 7th North latitude. Different level. Gosh, the sun is different level here. That's what makes us feel good. Anyway, I was talking about bad environment makes you feel black-pilled. Nothing matters. It's hopeless. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds already got everything. And the technocratic bros, Palantir and all those, Sergey Brin, Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, those motherfuckers, they won. But good environment feels like you can take over the world with horseback and just eating. Let's not go there, but you basically feel Genghis Khan, bitch. Also, you just wanna have babies. You wanna have whole lot of little human beings with females. You wanna pregnate all of these bitches. Maybe not all of these bitches, because even here it's not like Finland. But if you had a snow bunnies, you wanna have little yous going around anywhere. That's what good environment does basically. Makes you feel like you're 14 again. And I'm not kidding. My libido is dangerously high here. Being naked all the time under this 7th North latitude Panama sun that my DJ cannot fucking handle. I'm feeling dangerously horny here. That's one of the signs of good environment. That's why also you don't got no fertility issues in a good environment. So also, like obviously, it's everything on your, all the bodily functions, they work. Stomach problems, bye-bye. And obviously, if you are very sick, it might take a while. But even then, if you don't feel that it's getting better, change things up a little bit. Change the environment and see does some other place work better. That's huge. That's massive. So yeah, good environment. This is how you know it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a real blessing. Everybody needs this skill in this fourth turning because shit is about to get real. So get ready, guys. Get your redux sky motherfucking high and get your ass to the good environment before the shit goes down and you can just freaking watch the world burn your balls out in the sunlight and just have a silly goose time. Hopefully get a girl or boy and make bunch of fucking babies and make bunch of fucking meaningless dollar bills or Bitcoin so you can have your own farmstead or whatever. And that's the fucking life. Good environment, life simple. Bad environment, nothing fucking makes sense. Everything sucks ass. And your mind starts to turn black. That's what black pill means. Your consciousness is going dark. Good environment, your consciousness is going to the fucking light. Once you go black, never go back. Thank you for watching another spectacular day. Fuck yeah.